What is going on, people? Welcome back into the channel. Coventry cut Charlton's chances of getting 3 points from 100% to 0% in this 3-1 victory at the CBS Saturday, November 29th. In the day and age where people like to fabricate things, we do just have to go and we have to show that it is actually the 29th. If you're on Twitter, you know about all that. Saturday, November 29th. Little refresh action. Sure, I showed you. So, we are not at the Fat Cat Studios. The cat is out of the bag. Just kidding. The cat's on the bed playing with plastic. Anyways, probably not safe. I'm at my girlfriend's parents' house. We have an engagement party to go to right after this. Hence why, I'm drip or drowning as per usual. I mean, I guess you guys just liked it so much. I had to just go and do it again type shit, We knew going into this game it was probably going to be an uphill battle for Charlton. But they put their best foot forward by getting the first goal in this game. It was a set piece. What else would you expect when you play Coventry City? Score a set-piece goal, little deflection, pretty unlucky goal to concede, but a goal is a goal. From there, I felt like their game plan totally went out the window, and they just went to every man behind the ball, which rightfully so if you get the lead against Coventry City. Probably going to be your best bet. Sorry, a little post-edit Joner action here. I need to talk to you guys. We need to do something important. First off, I need to right my wrongs. If you saw my Thanksgiving vlog, if you didn't see it, go watch it after this video. I made the prison Thanksgiving meal. But I was redeemed last night. So just don't think that I don't know ball. I know ball. I know ball, okay? I know ball. Of all people, do you really don't think I know ball? Tito, would you say I know ball? Well said. So thank you. You've seen that now. Please get me to 1,415 subscribers and 100 likes on this video. Thank you. Let's get back into the analyzation. I really want to discuss their play style, like the Nathan Jones ball. It's really interesting because on paper it just looks like Haram ball, sit back and defend, but it's really not like that, and it's actually very interesting. So their attacking players really, truly press forward at a pretty unsustainable rate to the point where they are sprinting from minute 1 to minute 90, and it definitely left our players a little bit uncomfortable at the start of the game. However, once you beat that, you then have a huge gap because the midfielders, especially after they scored the goal, the midfielders were so close to center back, so you probably couldn't even fit a piece of paper in between them. And I'm not knocking them for it. I just want to make sure if you're a Charlton fan listening, if you're a Cov fan, I'm not knocking them. If you get the lead against a team in this position, this form, you are going to do everything you can to sit on it. We saw it against Norwich City, and I was actually messaging someone. This kind of felt like the Norwich City vibe where, the game was stopping so frequently. There were a lot of fouls. Kaminsky went down with the injury, so I was getting a little nervy until my player of the game, EMC, decided to take matters into his own hand. EMC was great this game. Jack Radoni was great this game. Grimes was unbelievable this game. But I felt EMC really did a great job holding the ball up. Sims as well. Sims did a good job holding the play up. We know Sims ended up getting 2 goals. He didn't even have his best game today, but he still got on the goal sheet. So great stuff by him. His hold-up play and just his little bit of flair, it was definitely much needed in this game against a stout defense who, at one point had the lead. He broke a defender. He escaped a tackle right on the edge of the box, used his blistering pace to outpace the defender, tapped it over to Eccles. Eccles with a beautiful finish. Normally, Grimes and Radoni and Torp are going to be the ones that we highlight, but I want to talk about Eccles today. Eccles, I felt, had a really strong game, box-to-box performance from him. He was the one to get the hook for Wolfie in the second half, but I thought he played with a lot of poise. He drew fouls. He was physical. When he was on the ball, he looked composed. Really, the entire midfield did, but I think that just goes without saying at this point. So Eccles had a great, great performance today. Coventry go up 2-1 in the first half. Beautiful set piece as per usual. And on the left side of the screen, I can just see the final score. Now it is 3-1. Confirmed. Coventry with 43 points now. And Middlesbrough came back and won, of course. They were down 1-0, and they scored 2 goals in the second half to beat Derby. Stoke City did end up losing today, so the gap remains at 10. But we also saw the Ipswich loss, so great stuff there. Back to this game. We're going to break down this game. First off, this was the first game in a while where I've truly, truly realized that the championship needs VAR. If you aren't going to get the best of the best referees that can spot things, you need to put VAR in the game. Because there were 3 or 4 calls in this game that were absolutely terrible. The first one being the Milan Van Ewijk through ball from Rushworth. Beautiful through ball, beautiful run by Milan. 2 hands over his back, draping over him. As soon as Milan feels the pressure, obviously he's going to go down. The defender lifts his arms up as if he never did anything. No call by the ref. I don't care where you are. You need to see that. That was an obvious pen. It didn't come back to hurt us because we have just shown that we can overcome the odds, overcome defeats. We were down the last 2 games at the CBS in the first half. We came back and won both of them decently comfortable. The refs need to pick it up. And this isn't even just on the Coventry side. There were a lot of missed calls, a lot of fouls by our center backs in, those one-on-one balls where it gets deflected out of the box and there is a Charlton attacker with his back up against our defender and they give him a little bump, they knock him over. It's just not being called. The refereeing today was just so peculiar. He missed 2 handballs. One of them was in the box. This was on Sonny Carey. There were 2 really bad ones. The box one you could probably get away with not calling, but there was one outside the box where he made contact with his forearm and his hand was pretty much out like this. So, like where I just pointed with the mic is where he hit the ball. Ref didn't call anything. I'm not sure if you were able to see it in the stands or not, but from the broadcast, it was as clear as day. So that was a bit frustrating. But Charlton were just a really interesting team to go against. I mean, Coventry's had the ball the entire time. But I will say, I definitely see how that Nathan Jones style can work. Because early in that game, they were kind of hitting us over the top with a couple through balls. I think what happens is your midfield and your attackers get so bunched up and forward pressed because you're just recycling the ball, trying to find angles, trying to find tight spaces to get the ball into. But because they're so compact back there, even at one point the attackers were drifting behind the ball, specifically when they were up 1-0. Everything just gets pressed into that final third except for, 2 center backs and then maybe 1 attacker. And if Coventry are able to lose the ball and Charlton, pick one free or they make an interception or they make a good tackle, it's 1 through ball away and a pacey striker from them being one-on-one with the keeper. That's not how they scored in this game, but I'm sure that's how they've scored a lot of goals this season. And I can totally see how it works. But I think as you go deeper and deeper into a game, unless you're, using all of your subs, which they did make a decent amount of subs to be fair, that is probably a hard way to win a lot of games when you're so tired up top. When you do get those golden opportunities, it's going to be a lot harder to convert them. But, I mean, to be fair, it has been working for them other than, this catastrophic 4-game skid for them. Let's look at the form table real quick. Yeah, Charlton have lost 4 of their last 5. They did get a win, but that was all the way at the beginning of the last 5 games. So it's been a very, very long time since they won a game. It's definitely getting frustrating for them. Sorry if you can hear the people upstairs. We're all running around trying to get ready for this party. Lots of beers incoming after this. A little celebration of the engagement. Also celebration of Coventry. Still 10 points clear on 43 points. We take those. What else do I need to talk about? Jack Radoni. I have to talk about Jack Radoni. You saw him on the thumbnail. Brother, oh my God, he is levels above everyone else. It shines through in any game. He did not score in this game. He did not assist in this game. He was just everywhere. He played as the cam, number 10. He played as the right winger. Something that they definitely identified in film study was that the right side of our attack or the left side of Charlton's defense was weak with, was it Gillespie and Tyrese Campbell down that left side. So a lot of switch plays over to that right side. Who was there? Jack Radoni. It was even hard to kind of decipher what the formation was until obviously Wolfie comes on and they switch to that 5 back. But we saw a lot of Milan playing down that right wing. We saw a little bit of Eccles. We saw a lot of Radoni. And that's something that they identified and they just hammered on it over and over again until, it worked. And every single time Radoni got on the ball, it was just 2 men on him, 3 men on him. It was just like he was a magnet. And that is just the sign of a truly class player. Radoni was so good today. I'm still going to give the man of the match to Efron Mason Clark. And I'll be honest with you, you could give it to Radoni, you could give it to Mason Clark, you could give it to Grimes, you could give it to Sims. I sort of had my mind made up before Sims got that second goal that I was going to give it to Mason Clark. And it's probably fair to say that Sims would deserve it, as all 4 of them do. But I think that in that first half, Mason Clark was just so important in breaking down that low block and, getting the ball with his back turned to the defender and making a quick turn or making a quick pass and using a little bit of skill and flair to just get separation from the defender and put a ball into the box. So he obviously is the one who assists that Eccles goal. Let me see Foot Mob's man of the match. Oh, they actually gave it to Sims, which is obviously fair. He got that second goal. But Grimes also, we'll talk about him real quick. 84 of 92 passes today. He had 106 touches. It just felt like with that, that press of Charlton, whenever he was on the ball, just felt like that calming presence. Like you saw when Wolfie came in. Actually, Wolfie did a good job today. I was a little nervous when he came in just because it's been, it's been 30 days. The last time he played was on Halloween. He got a lot of touches in quickly, and you always have Grimes as that security blanket as a center back, or even Rushworth as the keeper if you get nervous on the ball, because I feel like Grimes is so good in those tight spaces, and Torp and Eccles were also when they were in the game as well. Torp obviously played through the end of the game, so he was a big outlet when, the second half was kind of just Charlton doing what they could and basically just waiting for Coventry to put the nail in the coffin, which ultimately they obviously did. We did get a little lucky on that last goal, but we absolutely deserved it. Kitching, if you're watching this, what the hell, man? Kitching, if he got another yellow card, he would have missed Ipswich Town. That play where, I don't know who it was, but Jay Da Silva and Kitching converged on a man. Jay Da Silva made the foul. He swiped him. He knocked him over. And then the ball is right in the guy's gut, and Kitching goes in and he kicks it. You got to be smarter than that. Kitching, vice captain, lead by example. You cannot be doing that. Speaking of leading by example, I heard that Matt Grimes surrendered his parking spot because he didn't want to show any bias to being the captain. I cannot believe that. I mean, I already loved Matt Grimes so much, but he's just giving us new reasons to fall in love with him every single day. So, I mean, that really wraps it up for us today. I didn't talk on the fullbacks. Jay Da Silva found himself in some really dangerous positions today. This is the first time in a while where Jay was really not just involved in the passing aspect of the attack, but actually, being in the box and getting shots on goal. He obviously doesn't do that much, so he did have a little bit of issues getting that, final hit on the ball. He probably got the ball poked out when he was in or around the 18/6 yard box 2 times, I think, if I can remember correctly. So that would have been nice to see him get on the goal sheet today. Quickly, we'll touch on Milan as well. I think that means we've touched on everyone. Bobby Thomas, physical as always. Got to be a little careful, but he was under the yellow card threshold for what I know. Milan, that long throw to Ellis where Ellis just whiffed was like a MLB pitcher 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I thought that was sick. Definitely something that we can exploit going forward. But man, just, got the job done today, realistically. 3-1 scoreline, is that fair? I mean, we dominated possession. We dominated the game. It didn't feel like Charlton were really threatening at all. Probably could have gotten another goal out of this game. I know XG-wise we were a little bit lower than normal today. Fair play. 2.34 XG. I think that Ellis Sims chance really tapped it up because the last time I checked it was in the ones. They created 0.63 XG. I think that's fair to say. 25 shots for us to their 9. We had one big chance. I don't understand the definition for that. But hey, 3 points is 3 points. Now we move to Ipswich. Don't forget I'll be doing my watch along because we're going to be away. I do them for all away games. We will be doing all live games starting 2026. Ipswich have a midweek battle against Blackburn where they had that game suspended a couple months ago, so that gives Cov a huge advantage. It'll be interesting to see how that impacts the game. So that is going to be all. Thanks a lot for supporting. What do we think? Can we get me to 1,415 subscribers and 90 likes as usual? We like a little baseline of 90. Thank you guys. 1415. See, I can articulate numbers today, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. Have a good one and peace.